Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination, and it is an area which we call the Fumble Through.
Fumble through.
A podcast that delves into the unknowns of our minds. Does anyone know where that was from?
Nope.
No?
Is it
Twilight Zone?
Yeah,
It is Twilight Zone. It is the opening of Twilight Zone, the original.
Or
It changed
a Michael
quite a
Jackson
few
film
times.
clip.
No one would have believed. Oh, wait,
War of the
no,
Worlds.
That's War of the Worlds. Good. So, hey there, lively lads, and welcome to the future of your minds, a place where the golden grasses of joy and the blue trees of radiation nullifying oxygen brighten our days. So stop, drop, and roll and duck and cover as we wag the chins and chew the gum.
Do you just string words together and hope it makes some sort of sense?
It's perfect. I have been thinking recently, this is where that comes from, of eras gone by. It started the other day. I was because I wear a tie to work. So I was looking in the mirror, tying my tie because I can't do it unless I look in the mirror. And I was thinking,
Well, he's auto asphyxiating.
what the fuck is the purpose of a tie? And then it took me into a
Tie-dye.
place where I was like, there was a time where men wore hats. And then I was
Bring
like,
it back, ball hats, yes, please.
and then I was like, oh, what did the middle of last century, the people there thought of the future and what the year 2024 would look like? Because I think Buck Rogers was set in the year 2024 or 2019. Maybe it was a bit further than that.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was like, you know, we thought about 2001, A Space Odyssey, or 2021 and the future and all of that kind of stuff. Do you ever think about look back and think, wow, that was a strange thing that people thought or did back then? And I'm not talking about what they did with like slavery and stuff. Like we can move past.
Stop looking at me.
I just want to hold you accountable.
With what specifically? Everything? Or
Like if you think back into those ages, the things that were
Like
weird
a
in the
leeching.
past.
Leeching people.
Leeching people. Oh, we're going into the dark ages.
Well,
I like it.
it's a
I
weird
like
one,
it.
right? That's
Yeah.
one of the weird. I think this is the question.
Yeah.
I think this is what
you
you're
said
trying to
leeching
get.
and my brain went felching, but I mean, what I just saying.
Yeah. Well, you got to get your dark humors out at that point, or your grey humors, like because it was all about leeching. Was all about your humors, wasn't it? Then they were the biles in your body. There were different biles. They believed that the biles would be sucked out by the leeches, and they would take out the humors and all of that kind of stuff. Because that was what science did back then.
I'm glad to answer the question.
Leeching wasn't just the medieval ages, so it went to like the 19th century.
Well, they're back to putting maggots into wounds now. aren't
They are.
Yep.
They are. And bleaching your anus, like, you know, before
That
we
thing's
get
always
to
going to be blue. Don't worry about it. Hang on, that's Neptune. Sorry.
No, mine's Uranus. It's blue.
it goes
Mine's your anus.
goes with his friend's balls.
That's no balls. That's a small moon.
That's a space station.
Right. Yeah. So I gave up a really good answer and followed it up with a whole heap of things about midi-radians and bile points.
Tell me about leeching.
I just thought it was interesting that they think that at some point someone went, if we suck the blood out of you, that will remove the disease as well. That there are certain points the disease is located in your person within your blood and the blood is localized within that area. I think that's an interesting concept. If that's what it was, I haven't really looked into it. And when you started talking about bile points and stuff, I was like, oh, that's probably might have some foundation in science
I
or
don't
some
think
shit.
bile points are a thing.
Right.
Yeah, they're a new D&D thing.
It's what you get on
I was thinking today about milk.
Really? You weren't thinking that my voice is drier than a prostitute's nether regions after a big Saturday night?
That's not that dry.
Like Okay, so
Point taken.
I'm going
That's
over.
what she said.
I'm skipping past the whole.
Are you full?
I'm skipping past the whole.
Are
first-
you undead at the moment? Is that what's happening?
You cop it so good here. You are such a good sport.
I am.
I want him to do impressions right now.
What did you want me to be?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Can you do like a WWE impression?
Oh, yeah. George Animal. No,
Yeah,
The 1990s guy that used to do trailers for movies.
Oh yeah, in a world.
In a world where I get laughed at 24/7 because I have a frog in my throat.
Oh, oui.
These are the days of our lives.
Wow, that took a turn. Oh. So
Anyway.
are you feeling okay?
I'm fine. I'm going to talk a deeper register because it doesn't break as.
Is this like hay fever? What is
I
it?
have no idea.
This is you now.
Yeah.
This is me now.
Yeah.
See how long you can maintain it for the episode,
Okay.
and then take it home and see how it works.
Now,
Can you
milk.
sing "My Darling"?
My darling. No. That's
Sorry. You were saying mother's milk. Yes.
Yeah, no, like cow's milk, right? I'm going past the
Hey,
first
don't
person
call
that
her that.
decided cow's milk is good to drink. But why did we stop at cows?
So
Why-
People drink goat's milk.
I know they do
Almond
now.
milk?
And camel milk is apparently really expensive and
Soy milk?
something you can get as well.
mother wife milk.
But it just seems like a weird one that cow's milk
It's
became
true.
The
the
go-to.
normal.
I think because cows produce so much of it. Isn't that? I think
Possibly.
it's
I imagine it's a
volume.
volume
And
thing.
people
Bang
had
for a buck.
people had dairy cows and they used them to make cheese and stuff. That's what I would think. But then I guess that's where goat's milk would come from because people had goats
And
probably
pigs.
before they had cows.
I've never seen anyone
yeah.
drink pig milk.
Yeah.
Well,
The
I
weirdest
wonder-
one I've seen is camel milk.
I wonder if you go back and look far enough, if you look at regional production of milk, what would be around? So obviously regions had cows.
Because
and
every
regions
mammal makes
didn't-
milk.
And regions didn't have cows,
Mm-hmm.
but they had goats maybe. So you might find in certain regions where goats were prevalent or camels, they were
true.
using those milks rather than cows. And it's just cows over time, of, as you say, in terms of production, were much higher.
What would
So
be
that's
the
become
rarest
go-to.
milk?
Human?
Platypus.
Platypus. I was thinking platypus for a kid. No, yeah.
Human?
No,
Did
we can
they
get
ever
that plenty.
use-
A
Did-
platypus
but no,
isn't a mammal.
Did they use human milk to do like if you go, all right, that's weird. Actually, I can see those calves needing milk and getting it from the
Actually, yeah.
mother of this child who's died
I
and
have
needs
seen
milk.
When you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
rarest milk, you know, as in rarest to get hold of?
Yeah.
Dolphin.
So back what Brett was saying, yes, I can see when a mother of a child has died and the child needs to be fed.
Then you go,
Yeah.
I have
Well,
a
that's the
cow.
wet nurse, isn't it?
But what if there is no wet nurse?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I mean,
I think that's how you can make the connection to that. I'm confused that why that connection hasn't come back to go. We make cheese and other products out of that milk from the cow. Hang on a second, there's a lady here that no longer needs to feed the child. Why don't we keep that going?
they do.
Do they?
Like mother's milk, like you can get breast milk ice cream.
If lit,
Muscle builders really want breast milk because of the human
Because of the steroids, 'cause they're fucked in the head,
it.
yeah.
and it makes you strong. It's a thing.
So mother wife still
You can
got
sell
milk?
it really, really good to people.
makes them strong.
Yeah.
Oh. Do they knock that back along with the blood of their enemies?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
You can
What do
sell
they
it.
bathe in though?
Uranus.
Cleopatra bathed in milk, didn't she?
I don't know.
Wasn't that the rumor that
Yeah.
she would bathe in the milk?
Yeah.
What kind
Yeah.
of milk though?
All those-
Asp. Asp milk. I've got Luke. I got him. I got him good.
You didn't wait for a drink first.
Milk from the front of the ass. Oh dear, I think something just popped.
Oh, what's your voice look like? It sounds like.
Oh, no, I mean in my brain, I think I've
Rhinoceros
just had a
milk.
hemorrhage. Rhinoceros. I don't know, that's probably you can catch one relatively easily. Trank it. I mean, you can't really catch a dolphin very
I
easily.
mean, there's a lot of dolphins. There's probably a lot more dolphins than
It's
rhinoceroses.
well, you went back to pigs. I wonder if you can't. We've never done pig milk because A, they don't make a lot of it, or B, because they're so low to the ground and they're so hard to control. Like at least a goat's high up and you can corral it, and a
Oh, it's those
cow
goats that
you
when
can
you
corral
clap,
it.
they fucking
Giraffe
freeze.
milk.
Giraffe milk, okay.
You don't even need to bend down.
That's right. You got to jump.
Horses, they would have milk. Maybe it just tastes
Every mammal
bad.
has milk.
Maybe it just tastes bad.
I don't know.
Maybe people were like, no, too salty. No,
I know
too.
camel milk is apparently pretty good.
Pig milk is higher in fat and more watery than cow's milk.
Mm-hmm.
Several attempts have been made to produce pig milk cheese, some of which have been successful.
Some of which.
Bacon flavored cheese.
We need to see if there's
Oh.
platypus.
Yeah, I
cheese.
mean, the pig does have enough things, right? Like it produces enough amazing
So does the
foods.
cow.
It's there. But the pigs, you've got bacon, you've got pork, you've got crackling, you've got sausages.
So you've got steak, you've
Mhm.
got burgers, you've got sausages, you've got coats, you've got shoes.
What's coats?
Coats, a coat and shoe, like cow's leather.
Oh, it's in leather.
Cowhide,
Actually,
yeah. I
was
mean,
like-
they make a lot of stuff, cows.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, then platypus would be a great animal to farm because they lay eggs and they produce milk.
They don't lay eggs like a chicken or a bird, though. You know that, right?
They're soft eggs, aren't they? They're like gel balls. Gel balls.
Either way, you know.
Brett's checking out.
I think we've outdone.
Yeah.
We got so
Yeah.
dumb, Brett just
Yeah.
went. This is what happens when we record on a Friday
think
night. We
this
haven't
is-
done this for a while. We've got booze at the table.
This is reverse rehab. This is making me want to drink.
It's there. I thought you were. I got
Yeah, he
you a
hasn't
drink.
opened it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm waiting for this to get worse.
Anyway, we were talking about what.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
How we got here? But I was like, what in history? Like I was
Leeches.
thinking about.
That was where we went.
I went ties and hats in olden days, and then I'm like, what other weird
Yeah.
things did people do back in the 1900s?
Now we're talking about breast milk
And
cheese and
we're
milk
talking
bodybuilders.
about
That
the
was my
fattiest,
fault, sorry.
wateriest cheese.
I want to know. This
Steady
is
now. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah,
You put us
okay.
down another hole.
yeah. So boats used to be made of wood because wood floats.
Yep.
Who was the first person to go? I'm going to make a boat out of steel because steel does not float. There's some good engineering. There's some good scientific.
You know what
mind.
I would think? That may have come from panning for gold or bowls, or, you know, because you get a steel pan, put it in, and it floats. You just got to scale that up. You got a boat.
That is the
And a
most
medal.
intelligent thing you've said in a long time.
ever?
People would pan for gold. I was a history teacher at one point, people.
It's
Who wasn't,
I
right?
think it's kind of right, except it's nowhere near the science of it. But it's a good. It's good. It's a good theory. I think
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, tell me how a plane flies, Brett. How does a plane fly?
It's the upward draft is greater than the coefficient of friction and the gravitational pull.
It's magic, Brett. It's magic.
It's white man magic.
It's magic.
You're welcome.
You're claiming it all, even the American.
Hey, if you're going to stick everything else on me, why not?
Yeah,
Right?
why not take the good with the bad?
Yeah.
The facts are life. Okay, here comes the dicey question.
Oh fuck!
But look, I tried to corral you. I tried to keep it under a theme. I
Then we
tried
went
to
down
keep
a
it.
deep milk
We
hole.
went down the deep hole.
That's what she said.
So
Yeah,
the reasons
thank
they
you.
the reason they don't milk pigs is the production isn't high and sows are very hard to. They're uncooperative in the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
17 little nipples with not a lot of milk rather than 4 or 5 big ones with a lot of milk.
And an attitude like the wife. Don't touch me.
You little sow.
Pork tonight.
Yeah. These are sour taste in your mouth.
So, go back to the idea. We started with the Twilight Zone, the black and white Twilight Zone specifically. What are some things from the time of black and white that are underappreciated and still hold up as amazing today? What are some black and white TV shows,
How the fuck
movies,
would I know?
and stuff? How would any of us know?
I don't know.
But well, surely you've gone back and watched something in black and white before.
Yeah, Sin City.
So, yeah,
That was quick.
yeah.
I don't think I've watched a black and white movie.
Never, ever.
Have you never watched The Birds?
No.
Nothing by
day,
Alfred
mate.
Hitchcock.
No.
No, the beginning of Wizard of Oz. Schindler's List.
Okay. Wizard of Oz then. So that's all I can think. No, I don't. No.
You've never gone back and watched like an old Albert and
War
Costello,
movie
an
or
old war
cowboy
movie.
movie, John Wayne.
Yeah.
John Wayne
I've
stuff.
seen probably some John Wayne stuff. Mum's a big fan, but I don't remember any of it. So
Michael
No.
Jackson video clip.
It don't matter if it's black or white. Saved it. You really haven't watched anything in black. You cannot think of like you've never gone back and watched like King Kong or gone
Godzilla.
old Godzilla or any.
You
Like,
could keep asking him, and his answer's going to be the same.
you've never seen Plan 9 from Outer Space.
I've never even heard of Plan 9.
The reportedly worst movie ever made in the history of mankind.
Nope.
Although I think it might be Madam Web. But
Why don't we spend another 5 minutes asking Lindsay what black and white movies he's never seen?
anyway,
Oh, I don't know. Is Dam Busters black and white?
Yes, I
Yes,
think
it is.
Hey!
all right, Lindsay's got an answer. Move on. All right, to the
So what was the
more.
question? Sorry.
So
I
what
thought
are
the question
some,
was what film has Lindsay seen this in black and white?
what are some underrated black and white things that you would go, because he says this like black and white was in our time. It wasn't.
I don't fucking know.
So, but what movies would you say to people? Look, this is a black and white thing that still holds up, and you should probably go and check it out.
Holds up in the way that
Or-
what it does.
In
So like
what it does,
the
or
day
what
the
it
Earth stood still.
that's it's still something that's worth watching for whether or not it changed the face of cinema or TV or Gilligan's Island. You've never watched early Gilligan's Island.
No.
Jesus.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, early Doctor Who was black and white.
I have watched early Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I
See,
don't want to bring it back though.
Yeah.
Dam Busters was cool though.
Remember Dam Busters?
Was it black and
It's a
white? I
bouncing-
remember it so well. Was it black and white?
It's a bouncing bomb. That was pretty cool.
That's the only bit you remember.
Pretty much.
Did you think it was karaoke?
I would have been very young.
All right.
What's the question again?
Can we put the baby to bed?
What's the question
talk
again?
talk to the men at the table. What are some things from the time of black and white that are underappreciated and still
I
hold
think
up
this is
as
one of your
amazing
worst
today?
icy questions ever.
I think it's not accessible by any of us.
I will talk to Who's on First by Abbott and Costello.
Yep.
That was a great piece of, and still holds up as a great piece of comedic writing and comedic delivery in a black and white form if you watch it on video.
Yep.
That'll do.
Charlie Chaplin.
Thank you. Thank you. Which one?
Oh, you don't like
All of it.
words. You don't
Yeah,
like words
It
or colour.
stands up because you don't have to. You just have to. It's like Mr. Bean. One of the things I struggle with Mr. Bean because I'm not a big fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Is the idea that it crosses all cultural boundaries because there's very little dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
It's all visual, same as the silent movies
Yep.
where
Road
The
Runner.
Buster Keatons,
yeah.
all that kind
They
of stuff.
still stand up. The comedy there, the slapstick kind of thing. Laurel and Hardy stuff like that. Just
Okay.
Stooges, Three Stooges.
You don't think? Have you ever watched early Twilight Zones?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Those kind of things, like early Dracula kind of things. The monster franchises were pretty amazing. In like that's where they
Were
got
they?
their birth. The Boris Carlyle's.
So much of the stuff that I've seen in black and white is purely nostalgic. It would not hold up like the Godzilla movies. They
Okay.
don't hold up.
All right, I'm going to give you one because I thought about this.
Promises,
No, I didn't.
promises.
This is
Yeah.
what came to mind immediately because I will, to this day, recommend this movie to anyone and say this movie was years ahead of its time and an amazing piece of cinematography that still takes modern editing. Citizen Kane.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Citizen Kane.
Nope.
Metropolis. Have you seen Metropolis? No, even Metropolis with the Queen soundtrack. No. Okay.
It's a good question. Young Frankenstein.
Oh, good one.
Of Mice and Men?
Oh, are we just saying things now?
No, I think that stands up. That's
It's a
black
good,
and
yeah, but
Does
that's, we're not looking for a good cinema movie. We're looking for a good story told through cinema, I think.
No, it's a good cinema movie of Mice and Men.
Okay.
I'll pay that one.
white. Brett, it's all I've got, Brett. Let
Fair
me
enough.
have it. Let
Fair
me
enough.
have it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I would
Look, it's
hearken.
black and white, no grey area.
I would hearken people back to the old detective films
yeah.
and go.
like
there's
Dick
a
Tracy.
Yeah, there's a genre of film there that I think
Sherlock Holmes.
were really interesting and kind of more like the, I'm going to get you see.
That's
like
right,
the,
Shane.
Yeah, those kinds of, I was walking alone and the legs went all the way up to there.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, that kind of, I think that genre of stuff is.
when trouble walked in.
Like a midget at a urinal, I was going to have to stay on my toes.
And the Colin Farrell kind of TV series that's just come out, it's harking back to that and kind of drawing from
Silver?
that. Really,
Is that Silver?
yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Is that
you-
in black and white?
no, it's not. Well, no,
No, it's silver.
but if you want a good sci-fi,
Oh, it's sci-fi.
maybe. I don't know.
I keep meaning to watch Dark Matter. That's starting on Apple TV anyway, so I sidetracking that.
That's got colour in it. That's not what we're talking
It
about.
has.
Not what
It's
we're talking about.
it's Dark Matter, not
Yeah.
count. Okay.
Yeah. 12 Angry Men? To Kill a Mockingbird.
Is that in black and white?
The Birds.
The birds,
already said birds.
birds, I think is
Yeah.
good. Was it?
Many Alfred Hitchcock.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Rebecca.
WandaVision?
Oh, well played, Luke. Well played. Well, good job at the game.
I've seen that.
Best dressed, Luke.
But that's only black and white for 2 episodes.
What was I just looking up that someone said it was that black and white?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Gunbusters.
It was To Kill a Mockingbird.
Kill him.
Oh.
Isn't that Jack Nicholson?
No, that was where he
What
was
Flew
in
Over the Cuckoo's Nest, sorry.
Cuckoo's Nest, which wasn't black and white.
No.
Cuckoos are black and white, though.
And a bit of red, aren't they?
Oh, I'm going to struggle tonight if this is the level of response.
Just tonight.
To Kill a Mockingbird was in black and white.
Okay.
Oh, good.
And he's okay. That
Because
is
it's confusing because if you're old enough and you only had a black and white TV, everything was in black and white.
there. You go. So that you could have just said color
Or-
to black and white.
Or if you were a dog listening to the radio.
Well played, Brett. I think you're right. Look,
To all our dog listeners out there.
Brett wins.
yeah. I was worried about Lindsay's voice tonight, but clearly it's infectious. It's different parts and different
That's
genres.
how he called it.
Yeah. So let's get this game rolling. So last week, some stuff happened.
Yes, it did.
So the last.
My, Delilah.
Yo ho. All hands.
Oh. Yeah, Wizard of Oz, you said that, yeah.
So let's get back to this game at hand. Last time that we sat around this table, some things happened. Do you remember those things?
Yeah, we got full breasted and rejuvenated.
Well, kind of. Go back.
Okay, so we
Because
said
we-
full-breasted.
Full-breasted and juvenated.
There was a portal and it had some kind of.
Go back.
We were in the Blackross,
Good.
We
Start
killed
there.
some stuff.
Excellent.
following a lady down to the basement for a canister.
Yeah. Who was that?
Astronautosamanani.
Right.
There was a metal cylinder with a brain in it,
Okay. Good.
which
Points.
we dealt with
And
very
te-
quickly, if I
And
remember right.
tendrils
Mm,
reaching out to her,
Mhm.
controlling her.
Mm-hmm.
that's right. There was walking on the ceiling.
Oh, what a feeling.
Toyota.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it. You are such a baby tonight.
millennials.
Seriously, you are not getting any of our old people's references.
Nope.
So
I don't usually. I usually just don't talk about it.
there was definitely a portal, okay? And at the end of that, I'm just going to go back a little bit because I feel like you don't ever remember anything that happens that's amazing in there. The air seems to thicken and swirl around you, leaving a greasy, magical residue that clings to your skin. The fabric of time appears to unravel, stretching, compressing in ways that defy comprehension. Moments seem to repeat, then stutter and accelerate and even rewind. The distorting effect of this temporal chaos begins to dissipate, replaced by an unexpected sense of restfulness and rejuvenation. Your wounds begin to heal at an incredible rate, as if the very fabric of reality is knitting your flesh back together.
He's got South African. You flesh.
because No, I can't say that. Oh, almost
That
did
was-
a lethal
yeah,
weapon
yeah,
quote
that's
there,
right,
but I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know you're
And
allowed to
white
do that
was what you were
anymore.
going to say because we were talking about that.
Yeah. Your magical reserves, depleted from previous battles, encounters, all of that begins to replenish. Your spells are restored to their full potency. The exhaustion and fatigue that weighed you down are lifted and replaced by a renewed sense of vigor and purpose. As the portal blinks out of existence, you feel refreshed, revitalized, and ready to face whatever challenges might lie ahead. However, the distortions in time and space seem to be resolving, leaving you with an appreciation for the fluidity of reality and the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of the mundane world. Just for a moment, you seem to be caught in a limbo of time before your surrounds fully resolve, but being able to communicate. But more importantly, you see items scattered within arm's reach of you. Vials, pouches, scrolls, even a wand, a backpack. What are you going to do?
Is it our stuff? Or have we got our stuff on us still?
Your stuff's on you.
Have I still got that bag of holding?
Yeah, I don't care whose stuff it is. I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, so I'm just going to open the bag of holding and get it all in there.
Sure. I'm grabbing it. Flopsy's grabbing it.
In here, Flopsy.
Has Flopsy recognised that his ongoing spells might have worn off?
Yes.
Right. Grab up all the things. I think we're in a temporal jaunt. Grab it all up, put it together. Let's go. Some analysis needs to be done.
Is Imrasade anywhere nearby?
Just the four of you.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
4 of us?
Does Tia have a...
No, I don't think she's attuned. Hey.
She doesn't have a thing, does she?
No.
Just the three of you.
Hey, I'm feeling really refreshed, though.
Refleshed.
Refreshed.
Yeah. My flesh is all back together. It's been refleshed on my body.
Come on, grab all this stuff. Grab that wand. Looks particularly exciting. That bag. You need a new bag.
the
there,
bag.
Mars. Grab
In
the
the
bag.
bag. In here.
Tia.
I'll grab the bag.
Tia. Where's Tia?
Oh, she's gone.
Where's
Overran.
Imrasade?
Who cares? Tia. Where is Tia? She will carry all these things.
I got you, Flopsy, in the bag. In the bag of the special bag. Got my bag. My bag.
Yes. Great. I am, and he's putting stuff in the bag, but all the while he's looking around. Tia.
I try and blow the
Tia.
conch. Call for Tia.
And then Flopsy looks around for the portal.
What did you roll?
A natural 19 on the conch blow.
Boop, 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 boop. You seem to be still inside the portal, Flopsy.
Oh, in the portal.
The portal hasn't resolved. You seem to have been stuck. So imagine a period of time, and this hasn't really happened until since one of the first times that you ever got dragged through a portal. And you might remember a moment where there was a dragon having a conversation, and its finger got cut off, and a ring that you're wearing, I believe, flew out. This is the first time you've been stuck in one of these elongated kind of pulses of portality. I just made that word up and
Nice.
I like it.
Portality. I like that.
We are in the in-between.
Guys. Sorry.
Mars's voice is gone. It's been portaled away.
Guys, we need to stick together. I've got some rope. Let's tie ourselves together just in case we get separated.
Yes, great idea, Miles. Good work. But where is Tia?
I don't know, but maybe she got swept away from
Just going to go to the edges of the
space
portal.
current or something. I don't know.
need
Let's
some-
just tie ourselves together and then we can start looking.
Yeah, you do the tongue. I'm going to do some testing.
Jump
And
the rope.
Flopsy's going to try and find the edges of the portal if he can.
Yeah, it's at a point where you are, you're not really able to move around. Like the etherealness of where you are doesn't give you a sense of space or even edge. Like moving around almost keeps you ported back, and you might walk away, but you turn around and these guys are exactly where you were. And it's like you are not moving in space. You are not changing in space. It seems space is
yes.
changing around you.
Right. Cannot know velocity and position all at the same time. Excellent. Interesting. I think we're in mid-port.
Right.
Midport.
I don't know what that means.
So
It's a place, Midport.
remember
we're
how-
in Midport. We're in a place called Midport.
Remember our hands. Remember
I do. Yeah, you're rubbing the mark on your hand. Yes.
how our hands glowed and got warm, and the greasy feeling came, and then we normally port to a place.
Right.
The point between one place and the other is the midport,
Right. So
or the epiport, as some have
can remember.
professed.
Okay. So remember how that time back in the city where the portal opened up under the ground and you closed the portal with your ring?
Yes.
Can you do something like that to reopen a portal here so that we can get out of it?
The question is, where would you like to go?
Home.
I don't know where that is.
Where you picked me up from. Where
Right.
where I met you. Where we first met you.
And when would you like to go?
You mean we're traveling through time as well as space?
Look, it's all relative, isn't it? There's a lot of professed theories about it, but I don't know all there is. That's why we're in the I'd like to go back to the Blackross half an hour ago when we were in that library and you wouldn't let me read those books.
I mean, we can do that too, but
That might have
you
the
asked the
answers.
question. Ideally, I'd like to go home, but
Let me see if we can get
I'm
us
one
there.
of a party of three here. Where would you two like to go?
Reginald?
What? So Reg is just trying to get all these things in the bag.
Right.
He's not really listening to what you guys are talking about.
At that point, Reg, I'm just going to pause in this discussion while you two figure out where you want to go. But Reg, there's a potion.
Mhm.
You recognize it as a potion of cure light wounds.
Hmm.
There's a scroll.
Mm.
Actually, there's 2 scrolls. There's a wand. There's a tanglefoot bag.
A Tanglefoot bag.
You find a masterwork rapier.
Oh.
You also find a hand crossbow with 10 bolts. A cloak, very well made, shimmering. Even you can tell it may have some type of magic to it. A backpack, some thieves' tools, and a pouch. And as these guys are talking in this etherealness of time that you're kind of stuck in, you even have a moment where you start counting through it. And what should have taken hours takes minutes, but it also takes days, but it also takes seconds. 3,750 GP.
Who died? Whose stuff is this that I've got? This is somebody's kit, right?
It's reminiscent, I think.
This is what you find. And cut back to this conversation.
I think... Let me try and take us to... The risk is we get there or we never get this chance one more time. Of all the places, home it is.
That's where I would like to go, but I don't want to influence the whole party here. That's my personal choice. But I'm happy to make there on regular means if need be.
I do not know how this works. Hold on to my tail.
Well, okay.
Reggie,
Yeah.
grab it.
What? You what?
Grab something on me. And then Flopsy's going to press into the warm part on his palm and close his eyes and think about that clearing where we first met Miles at that time and try and manipulate like he did the portal back in wherever that was.
Edges appear. Motes of light stream in towards you. They fly at you at an extraordinary rate as time seems to slow down, stop, speed up, all at the same time, and then move at a relative constant. And you hear in the back of your minds, not audibly, somewhere inside of your heads, Blackross. And you pop out. The dark, blocky architecture of the Blackross Museum squats stubbornly between the more impressive government buildings of the Wise Quarter in front of you. One of the older buildings in Absalom, it remains unchanged and lacks the ornamentation of its newer neighbors that are higher than you remember, that are a bit bigger than you remember. You can see the imposing statues of armored men flank the entrance ahead, one partially obscured by a half-fallen banner reading Grand New Exhibition in fresh paint. Well, not fresh paint, but painted on this huge banner. A blue flicker intermittently tints the dark windows of the Blackross Museum, casting long, dull shadows over the groomed gardens and the fountain. A crumpled figure can be seen in the distance. Its blood-stained robes lies against the fountain in the middle of this courtyard's edge.
I think this is where we need to be. He who watches has brought us somewhere special, I think. Come on.
Isn't this where we're
Come on, let's go.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
I wouldn't get stuck in here.
Let's
After
go.
you. Come on now. And Flopsy starts to walk on out.
Me too.
You've ported straight in, so there's no portal left. The greasy feeling
Right.
dissipates. That idea of a portal around you has ejected you or changed you or stopped here, and the greasy feeling leaves the air.
Flopsy's just going to walk straight up to the thing on the ground, the person on the ground, the
Mhm.
blood-soaked thing.
You walk up to the figure on the ground, Flopsy, and you see an elven man in glasses who you recognize as Nigel Aldane. He turns around to you and he says, Gods, help me, I'm dying. Men in black, those good-for-nothing grape herders came for Numeria exhibits. I've been shot. Keep your heads down, fools. They could be anywhere. And he starts looking around the entire courtyard, at the roof, at the all where there could be cover. It was in no way my fault. We took every precaution. Tomorrow was going to be such an event. The unveiling, the new museum, and absolutely nothing could go wrong. I personally inspected every artifact that came in as both scholar and a wizard. Everything was harmless as a newborn lamb, and anything the least bit suspicious, gads nammit, went right into the lockbox. We even made sure those bizarre robots of theirs were neutralized. At that point, he looks at you, Flopsy, in a moment, and you can see a flicker of recognition almost come across his eyes. He kind of looks at you and then he shakes his head, and just the act of shaking his head, you can see the blood drain out of his face as he begins to lose consciousness and becomes faint through perhaps the blood loss.
I cast Cure Light Wounds on him. Just enough to sustain him. So I'll give him 5 points.
5 points come back. He kind of blinks open again. You,
Sorry, 6 points for level 5.
oh.
You're welcome.
Jumping junipers, bless my buttons.
Nigel,
Yes, are you a pathfinder?
yes. Kind of, yes. We've met not that long ago.
And he kind of, again, that same look comes upon him. And it's kind of, just for a moment, all three of you see something that you've never seen before. The shift, a greasiness, a flicker, like reality shifts just a slight amount. His face distorts as if he kind of turns one way, but then all of a sudden he's flicked back to the other way like he never turned at all, but you didn't see him turn back the way he was. And he just kind of starts into, it was those vile cultists. They struck in the night like cowards. Oh, Abadar, preserve my poor staff. None of us know how to fight. I went to help them and those Numerian monsters shot me in the back and I blacked out. I thought I'd gone on to the boneyard, but when I woke, I called for assistance. I don't know how many workers are still alive. Pendleton was in there. God's man, and he grabs your collar. You have to do something. They could destroy the entire museum. Half of that exhibit belongs to you people. You are pathfinders, right? And again, he looks at you and then his brow furrows somewhat and he kind of, and then shakes it off again. Please.
Yes, Nigel, we should go in and secure the building. Just please explain to me what you mean by you people.
Pathfinders.
Right. Interesting.
What about the watch? Sorry, guys.
I think Miles is
Miles, you
going
okay?
Puberty. What a mystery!
I think I breathed in too many portal fumes.
It's portal sickness.
Blech.
Come on, Nigel, let's
What?
get in there and save your people. Come on, tell us about it as we go.
Nigel begins to move and you can see his hip. It's obviously very painful. He's injured. And although his wound has been cauterized and isn't a threat to his life at the moment, he's very unsteady on his feet. And he says, look,
You'll be right. Push
is
through,
there
Nigel.
anything that you need to know?
Push through, yes.
I must report everything to the family immediately.
Well, it says Mirade.
Who? You mean my sister-in-law?
Yes.
Probably too delving, like always.
Nigel, did he get hit on the head?
No.
You sent us down there not that long ago to recover a canister.
What are you talking about, Matt? Whatever you are. Nobody's been allowed in the museum for months.
Flopsy, can I have a word with you over here?
Yes.
You know, you were saying that those that we're in the in between, or
Yes.
I don't think this is our world.
What do you mean?
Well, there's many different planes, right?
Yes.
What if this is a plane that is very similar to our plane, but slightly different? The buildings, they look taller. He doesn't remember any of the stuff that we're talking about. It's a Numerian exhibit. That's not what was there last time. You know, everything is just slightly off.
Yes.
So either
You think we've shifted to another existence?
yes or very different time, but
Well, why would he be? Nigel looks exactly the same. Does he look-
exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
But
That may-
elves, right?
And was Esmeralda his sister-in-law last time?
Yes.
I thought it was his daughter last time.
Uncle? Niece?
Niece? Son. Anyway.
Oh, you're looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want some clarity on
And
Esmeralda's
cue in.
relationship.
He has married into the Blackross family and she was a Blackross.
She was one of the women that take control of the Blackross. We just wasn't sure what her relationship to him was. Anyway, Nigel, things are weird. Come along. Lead us in. Show us the way to...
I must tell the other Blackrosses and be away from here. I am no fighter and not a help to you. I can...
You're a wizard.
No, not of fighting prowess.
That's all right.
I am
Knowledge is
a
power.
function only.
Come along, Nigel. We must find our way around, and only you know how to get
My
around.
power is knowledge. What do you need to know?
Why you're not coming with us?
Story?
I cast mage armor on myself.
Right, let's go then. Nigel, where would we find
He asks
Pendleton?
he asks you things like, I guess, is there anything that you need to know? At this point, he kind of, he hears you say, Pendleton. Pendleton's my nephew, my wife's sister's middle son. Nice enough, lad. Head in the clouds. Dumry thought a season or two working in the museum might teach him a bit about foreign cultures before they actually let him roam the world, and embarrass us all. Here, this might help. And at that point, he hands you a flyer. And the flyer says, the Numerian exhibit. He kind of pulls out, and it looks like it's a draft of a flyer that has been spread around, all over the place. And you read about it, and on the very front cover of there's a picture of a suit of armor, but the suit of armor has one single cylindrical eye in the middle, almost like a telescope lens set right into the middle of the helm. The rest of it is covered entirely from head to toe in these plate kind of armors. The image also holds a large spear that seems to glow on one end. You can see there the first part of it is Numerian. It gives you a bit of the history of Numerian, the starfall, and the idea that something many years ago fell from the sky and it changed it. And the things that fell landed inside Numeria. They were hollow and people could live in them, but also inside them there were objects foreign to this world. It also says the Technic League and it reads as thus. The Technic League's history is steeped in ambition, betrayal, and manipulation, all centered around their obsession with the mysteries of the Silver Mount. Founded by Sidra Imeras, an Androphan soldier, the League initially aimed to unlock the secrets of the alien technology within the Mount and aid Sidra in returning to her home planet. However, her second-in-command, Mulrach Zia, betrayed and assassinated her, taking over leadership and leading the League down a path of power and oppression. The League's counter-control over Starfell and Numeria was facilitated through their influence over rulers like the Black Sovereign Kevath Kul, whom they manipulated through addiction to a narcotic fluids from the Silver Mount. Their economic power expanded through various means, including exploiting the Mendevian Crusades for profit. The discovery of Gearsmen, humanoid robots within the Silver Mount, significantly bolstered the League's military might, although attempts to control more complex robots often resulted in disaster. Additionally, the creation of a powerful Knockwald golem acted as a failsafe for the situations where technology could not suffice. Despite their power, the League faced oppression and opposition, particularly in the settlements like Idenve, where their pursuit of alien technology clashed with local religious beliefs, leading to executions of League associates. Overall, the Technic League's history is a tale of ambition, manipulation, and the pursuit of power through control of advanced technology and political influence. Come see the Gearsmen! The Gearsmen are humanoid robots created by the Technic League. They are formidable guardians and enforcers, characterized by their precision and efficiency in carrying out orders. Despite being designed to resemble humans, their construction suggests a creator with only partial knowledge of human anatomy. They communicate in shrill, nearly identical voices, typically used for issuing warnings and commands. Their loyalty to the League is unwavering, and they diligently enforce its will. However, they occasionally deviate from orders that contradict their original directive, indicating a flaw in their programming. Despite this flaw, Gearsmen are considered the Technic League's greatest discovery due to their effectiveness in maintaining order and security. Come, see the Numerian and the Technic League here at the Blackross Museum. Opening soon.
You know what the scariest thing about that is? Shrill voice.
Someone cast magic mouth on all these pamphlets.
If we have to talk with any of them, we have to listen to Justin in a shrill voice.
Do you have any other...
Nigel, tell me about these, what we're going to find inside this museum today.
This was supposed to be me reopening the new exhibit.
Snap out of it, man! I slap him across the face.
Ow!
What is going to be on this? What's in the museum that's going to hurt us?
The Pathfinder Society have been helping me recover and smuggle in artifacts from Numeria. Strange machines, dagnammit, and golems and the like. They wanted to study them, but the museum's been bleeding donors after all the all the embarrassments of the last few years. After being closed for the renovations, I hoped the nice exhibition of never-before-seen exhibits would attract some interest.
Dangers, man. What are the dangers?
Well, the robots, I guess. They're sort of golems.
How many?
They run on lightning and nodules, but we used a hazard crate to stop them.
Tell me about a hazard crate there, Nigel. What's a hazard crate?
It's a gadget from Numeria. It's a large metal box painted in black and yellow. It doesn't affect most magic, but it shuts down any Numerian relics that are placed inside.
Like a Faraday cage for magic.
What is a Faraday cage?
It's a black and white cage that shuts down magic from everywhere outside of Numeria.
Oh, yes, you mean a hazard crate.
Yes.
Flopsy?
Yes, please, you must save my nephew Pendleton.
Yes, we will.
And there were so many of them in there. They're not fighters. We're not fighters. We're just museum staff.
Give me stats.
Look, it would be unconscionable to take note of how many staff are on at once. I could never tell you there were the
Surely
workers.
it's in your...
We have a conch.
In your evacuation plan, you have exact numbers.
Of course,
Sign in,
yes.
sign out, toolbox talks.
I guess you should save them too. But look, I don't know how to track down new staff before the opening. Not again.
Flopsy,
Yes, Miles.
I've had enough of this shit.
It's all right, Miles. You get choked up in these
I've
things.
had enough of this shit. I don't know where the fuck we are.
We're at the Blackross.
Look, we had
Fucking
I
everything.
think
portal.
it's when the fuck we are.
Open the fucking portal. Let's get out of here. Let's go back.
We had
I understand
everything
what's going on.
set up in
Everything's
the
fine, isn't it?
exhibition
Just
hall.
Business as usual, right?
We were just in there and there was this exhibition. He's reset the exhibition very, very quickly, or we're somewhere else.
No, it's a totally different exposition.
I haven't read you long
Expedition.
enough, Flopsy. I'm just going to roll with the punches.
That's that training that you do so well.
That's right.
You've been eating the mushrooms again.
It is right.
What's that? Okay.
Nigel,
Everything was set up. The exhibition is in the main exhibit hall, just straight past the entryway galleyway. Look, after all the renovations, it was going to be amazing.
all right, we'll go in and do what? What exactly do you want us
Rescue Pembleton.
to do? Okay.
Templeton.
Yes, he's a little mole-like creature that hangs around with Danger Mouse.
You read my mind. How did you even know that?
That's Penfold, idiots.
I said, how did you even got one? Okay. Well played, Brett.
Yeah,
well
you're
played.
right. I'm in everyone's head all at once. So confusing. Right, and have you got any magic left upon you there, Nigel?
What would you request of me?
What have you got left in your kit bag of spells?
Oh, some translation spells.
We'll take him.
My daily
Keys. Do you got keys?
My daily allotment. It's open.
Everything's open. You
Provide
don't have
us the
keys till
keys
the
there.
till
Your
the
wallet, your
backstage.
phone, let's go.
Come on. Map. Anything. What do you got?
This is it. So the flyer has a brief idea of the whole of the Blackross Museum, which you enter through a foyer. In the first part, there's exhibits. There's rooms to the right with more exhibits, and to the left with more exhibits.
Okay. Before you go alert your rest of your family, you go to the watch and alert Thundercrack. Thunderback.
Who?
Fuck.
No, that. What? Hey? Thunderback.
The head of the watch.
Yes, the head of. I can't get in there. He's been a political leader for years.
Okay.
Thundercrack has been moonlighting?
So
Tell you what, you step out of here for 5 minutes and everyone gets delusions of
not in the
grandeur.
time. So we haven't changed time. We've changed world. We're in a different dimension. Parallel universe, as you will. We've been marveled.
Please save Pendleton.
Yes,
Right,
okay, let's
yes.
go.
And where are the hazard cages there inside? What wing will we find? Where's the storage of those?
How do we activate them?
They should be in line. Just find Pendleton.
Right.
He's in there somewhere. And he
Think-
kind of
I think
gets
we
up
can
and
have the
starts.
same story arc here no matter what we press on this.
Okay, I've had enough of this shit. Let's go and deal with this and try and figure out what the fuck is going on.
Come on then.
You can read as many fucking books as you find in there.
Excellent. Don't get all choked up there, Miles. I know this is hard, but it's all right. Come along.
I thought I was going home, not to another fucking
I wonder if
dimension.
Well, maybe we'll find Tia inside here.
Pay close attention. Let's go.
She might be like a gnome
Uh,
male in this world. We don't know.
Walk and talk there, Miles. Off you go.
I'm walking.
Right, in we go then.
Flopsy at the rear.
You move through the double doors, past the two statues that you've never seen before, the one with the sign
What do they
of
look like?
grand opening starting soon. Large metallic statues that are full caged metal and with a domed helm with one cylindrical eye right in the center of it.
Robot obscurers, I think is what they're called.
Yes.
That's
A blank screen. Fantastic.
screen.
A Unibot.
That's it. That's all you're going to get, guys. If that's not enough for you, I don't know what is.
Okay. Okay.
That's good. That's really good podcasting.
It looks like Iron Man from the very first Iron Man suit he built.
Cyclops. Cyclopean Iron Man.
Mark 1.
Yeah, Mach 1.
Come on then, let's get in the door. Uh-oh, it's locked. Oh, well, we tried, Nigel.
You push through the front
Damn it.
doors
You know, we could just go fucking somewhere else.
into
you know.
the gallery
pub.
of the Blackross Museum. An electric tang overpowers the room's scent of polish and wax. Walls and pillars of hewn black stone support the heavy ceiling overhead, and a lattice of lamps burning with a steady white flame. Dozens of paintings, both stunning and lackluster, line the walls just beyond the museum's grand doors. Various statues stand against the walls, while a towering bronze figure, arm outstretched with waves parting beneath him, almost scrapes the 15-foot high ceiling at the chamber's far end. Doors to the west are delicately labelled facilities, while the sign over the double doors across the gallery boasts histories of the world. Two sets of double doors stand in the room's north end, barely ajar. A banner hanging overhead proclaims, "Secret sorceries of a savage land," while a more subdued sign below that reads, "Grand Exhibition Hall."
Come on, straight to the grand exhibition.
hang on.
Whoa.
Before we go any further, Reg, what's in that sack that you got of stuff that we found?
What I'm looking at. I just okay. So I got a masterwork rapier. Oh, this is a really nice piece of work. This is.
What about that backpack? Anything in it?
Oh, it looks like some thieves' tools or some tools. I'm assuming they look very. What do they look like to you? Are they thieves' tools?
I guess so. Yes.
Okay.
Is
Do
there
you know how to
anything
use them?
No.
No, neither do I.
You can see a
Flopsy?
pick and a rake.
I do know how to use those. They're called Foley's.
Is there anything in the backpack?
This is all in the backpack.
Oh, the back. Okay. I thought the back.
I managed
No,
to write
these are all
down.
the
I managed to
items.
write down masterwork rapier, cloak. I think it was crossbow, small crossbow, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wand, vials.
Cure light wounds.
Yeah.
There was a one. That's right. I didn't get that down.
I assume
3,750
just for
GP.
expediency's sake, you take your time. Flopsy can identify most of this stuff pretty quickly. It's a scroll of mage armor, a scroll of shield, a wand of color spray with 5 charges left in it. There was a tanglefoot bag. There was the rapier, hand crossbow with 10 charges. There was a cloak of resistance +1. And then the thieves' tool, the pouch with the money, and this is all in, and the potion of cure light wounds. This was all inside the backpack.
Okay. None of that's any good for me.
Not even the cloak. I'll give the cloak to.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, give
What
it
do
to
you
Flopsy.
two? I reckon.
I've
need
already
that.
got one.
Okay. A fine looking cloak it is.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. Yes. Look at that. Yes.
Do you mind if I use this wand, Flopsy?
Take it.
You guys have all that. I'll just take the 3,750 gold pieces. That's
I put the wand of color spray in one of my spring sheaths.
Right. Good. Yes. Let's to the main gallery, I think is what
you
he
can
said.
clearly see a
Hold on.
splattering
What's this over here?
of blood
Oh, my goodness.
that goes northern into those northernmost doors.
Come the gearman through here, I think is what the call was.
And you start moving towards those doors.
Unless they're moving towards us, yes,
Yeah,
which
the
wouldn't be
belly
unheard
jar.
of given our recent experiences.
As you
I'll take the
move,
lead.
as you move towards there, with Miles taking the lead, stepping up for a second, the 15-foot high statue seems to flicker with a light in its central eye. Its huge set of armor
a butler.
just clicking, and you start seeing it move.
If you even think about fucking hitting me, I'm gonna.
Good sir. Could you just show us the way through the where we're going? Where
From
we're going?
where it is, you can see a bolt of lightning
it
stretch
frightening?
from either of its arms, because you imagine its arms are open. They're causing like entryways into the northernmost doors. 2 bolts of lightning kind of flicker straight from this giant statue into 2 smaller gearsman statues. These big suits of armors holding these giant spears. You can see lightning crackle along the spear itself as their lights open up and they begin to move in an offensive manner towards you, like with their middle fingers up.
You guys are in my head tonight.
I think we're going to do this next time.
Oh.
Flopsy starts moving on. He slides
no, we're doing it next time.
right foot out, slides together, right foot out, slides together, spins, takes a jump to the left, So you said we're doing the electric jive or something in here? You called it the electric orange, or I don't know, I thought there was a dance move you talked about.
The Robo Boogie.
Yeah.
I thought you said there was a statue to the left of us, a statue to the right, and
Here we are.
stuck in the middle.
Macarena.
I thought you were doing the time warp.